Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'm Dave Vella, the Fight MC. It's semi-finals time. For our live audience and those watching via our broadcast partner, ESPN, let's bring on the boom. This is the Absco Sheds Elite Boxing Championship, the most exciting boxing on the planet. And for this bout in the Absco Sheds Elite Boxing Championship, we're in the 56 kilo women's division. In our red corner, she's sponsored by Hene Lawyers. She's trained by Wayne Tolton, and she fights out of the Albert Boxing Club in Queensland. Please welcome Skye The Prodigy Nicolson. Her opponent in our blue corner. Here tonight, thanks to 360 Health, she's trained by Jamie Pittman. She trains at Team Business in New South Wales. Please welcome Bianca Bam Bam Elmir.
So semi-final time in the women's 56 kilogram division. There is no tomorrow. End of the line for our loser, a place in the final of the Absco Sheds Elite Boxing Championship for our winner, Adam Santarossa and Chris McCullen in commentary. Our first look at Bianca Bam Bam Elmir, a reserve. She has her opportunity now due to Jessica Retallack being unavailable. We have seen a number of fighters offered a second chance. She has a big chance to grab a place in the final.
Round one.
So set to go in this one. Our first semi-final of the women's 56 kilogram division.
Bianca Elmir, been around for a long time, very experienced girl from down south. Has had a lot of fights, a lot of international experience, and be a good step for Skye Nicolson.
And Nicolson, of course, beating Troy Garton in the opening round, defeated Carly Salmon in the third round to book her place in the semi-final. As you mentioned, first look at Elmir, but seems to have settled pretty nicely. You mentioned her experience, won't be too overawed by the occasion.
Both girls would know each other pretty well, been around on the international team for a while, and they'll know exactly what to do, what Elmir will have to know. You know, stay away from Nicolson as much as you can, and when she can put her under pressure, she's got to jump on her. Nicolson will look to work around the outside of the ring using that hook off. There it is there from Nicolson.
Skye looking pretty comfortable early, settling nicely into this one. Does have strong support tonight, does Nicolson.
Nice counter work there from Skye. Very smart work, just keeping a great distance.
Right, Elmir brings the pressure, does score as well, but Nicolson, likewise. The fight just opens up.
Stay on, Bianca. Then again. Head up, please. Keep head up.
Skye as well, being down the AIS, working on her strength and trying to up her boxing ability. She tries to make the Commonwealth Games coming up.
See Elmir trying to apply the pressure, not letting Nicolson rest and just sit on the outside.
Head up, Fred.
Putting in work to the body. Here's the Canberran. There's a shot though by Nicolson coming forward.
Hold him. Let it go.
Make a walk again. Make a walk. Yeah. Make a walk. Yes. Make a walk.
Elmir again goes downstairs, scoring well.
Yeah, Skye just standing flat-footed there, and she can't do that with Elmir. Elmir's going to try walk her down and put her under pressure. Skye needs to keep that distance and work the outside of the ring like that.
Elmir again the busier at the moment, but Nicolson the one landing perhaps the cleaner blows throughout this opening round. Another
Nice.
tough one for the judges. Closing seconds of our opening round as Elmir gets a left hand through the guard of Nicholson. Both fighters come together. They just about do it for our first round. There is it, the end of it. And a feeling out first half of the round came to life in the second. How'd you see the opener?
Yeah, very difficult one to score. Skye started well, doing exactly what she has to. But toward the end of it, she just let Elmir come back into the fight, just closing the distance off, or letting Elmir into the distance where, you know, it's a little bit dangerous for Skye. Skye's got to stay focused and work the outside of the ring and just catch Elmir as she's coming on in.
And how is it for Nicholson to prepare? She obviously would have looked at the fighters in the draw and not anticipated Elmir to be in the competition. Has that changed anything with the new opponent?
No, that wouldn't worry Skye. She's fought all around the world not knowing who she's got the next day. So, yeah, that wouldn't worry her one bit. And she'd know Bianca quite well. So, yeah, Skye's an experienced girl and she'll just fight whoever's in front of her.
Looking pretty comfortable in the corner. All smiles too in the blue corner. Oh, Bianca Bam Bam Elmir. You see her.
Round 2.
Into the second round we go. Of course, for a place in the semi-final, or should I say the final, of the Absco Sheds Elite Boxing Championship, the women's 56 kilogram division.
You can see Elmir now trying to come outside that line of the front foot of Skye Nicholson. And nice work from Skye. Nice angles, catching Elmir off guard. But that would come from Elmir's coach, Jamie Pittman, one of the best lefties around of his era. And he'd certainly know how to handle a lefty as Skye Nicholson. Nice shot.
And Nicholson trying to keep it at range, but Elmir just coming forward, but Nicholson does well. Just catches her with a hook coming forward. Fairly composed under the pressure is the Queenslander.
Yeah, well, she's having a good start to this round, even though it's getting untidy in there, but Skye's picking her off. And just has to stay focused and not allow Elmir to get to this position. Even though the shots aren't landing, she's still working Elmir. Nice body shot from Bianca Elmir.
Has put in plenty of work through the opening round and a half to the body of Skye Nicholson.
Head up, Blue. Blue, head up.
That work rate, we've seen it in the Absco Sheds Elite Boxing Championship, sometimes can be the difference in a close fight.
Yeah, especially with the new scoring system. Used to be one punch land that you scored for that punch, but now work rate is really plays a big part in it. And Elmir for a long time has been her asset. She's strong, she's aggressive, and always got a good work rate.
Nolly, Nolly.
Elmir again just scoring upstairs. Out to the body. Blue corner starting to have perhaps her best moment of the fight.
Yeah, similar to the first round where Skye started well, picking her off, but then allowed Elmir to get in and take over toward the end of the round.
It just came together there. In a second. Referee lets them box on though.
If I was Skye, every time I'd just be using that hook off all day as Elmir comes in. Just hook off, gets her out of danger, should score. And there, just that shot there with that lead, right hand for Skye. Nice left hand down the pipe.
Head up, Blue. Keep it up.
Skye starting to find her mark to that left hand.
There it is.
And again.
That's the shot. Just she'll pick it Bianca Elmir off every time with that.
Nixon loads up the left hand, doesn't find its mark, but starting to find her confidence. Elmir, though, gets one through. Closing stages of our second round. Nicholson scores upstairs. So too
Nice
Elmir
left-hand.
opens up again in the closing seconds of our second round. There is the bell. And another tough one for the judges.
Yeah, very tight, but probably lean that one towards Skye. She started well and finished well, but just fell off a little bit in the middle. But just the cleaner shots, really hard to score. Skye's obviously landing the cleaner shots, and Elmir the aggression. So tough one for the judges.
You see Skye Nicholson in the corner looking pretty cool and calm, heading into our third and final round, of course. End of the line for our loser tonight. And you see Jamie Pittman giving instructions to Bianca Elmir. Nicholson yet to taste defeat in the Absco Sheds Elite Boxing Championship.
Seconds down.
So the
Round
first
three.
spot in the final of the Absco Sheds Elite Boxing Championship up for grabs here. Third and final round in the women's 56 kilogram division. Nicholson just caught by Elmir. Coming forward again.
Nice left hand from Skye.
Head up, Blue.
Nice tight fight, this one. Better posture from Nicholson. She'll look to pop the jab, then work off that angle. There it is there. Elmir, aggressive as usual.
Fairly easy to find though.
Yeah, always been the same. Very strong girl, Bianca Elmir. Would have loved to see the Jess Retallack fight with Skye Nicholson if it was to go ahead.
Feel the tension around the arena tonight. I know it's a close one. Still up for grabs in our third and final round as Elmir applies the pressure. Nicholson gets the shots in as well, though. It's been to and throws. He just gets a warning for punching a little late after the break.
Pump outside here. There it is. There it is. Pump and finish.
So jab again from Nicholson scoring.
Oh,
That left hand certainly found its mark.
I'd like to see her do more of that, Skye. Backed a bit of power in that one, and I think if she does use that, would certainly make Bianca think whether she's going to come in as hard as she does.
There's that left hand
Usually.
again from Nicholson. Probably the two most definitive shots in this fight so far, and it can be the difference in a close fight such as this. Loading up that left hand is the Queenslander. Elmir, though, getting one through as well. Head starting to come together. Plenty on the line in this one. Place in the final. Nicholson, that left hand again, finding its mark.
Oh,
Nicholson wears a shot. Smiled though. Going back on her own. Elmir trying to lift the intensity in the final stages of our third round. Just gets a warning. These desperate times. It is do or die in this one. Nicholson dancing away and lands a left hand and a right. Wanting to put a highlight on this performance. Final seconds of our third and final round. That is it. We'll await our winner. Strong performance by both women, Skye Nicholson and Bianca Elmir. Both can hold their head up high, but only one can take their place in the final in the Absco Sheds Elite Boxing Championship. Over to the judges. Another tough one for them, as has been the trend this tournament. Let's send it to centre ring and find out who's our first woman into the final.
The winner and making her way through to the final of the Elite Boxing Championship, Skye Nicholson, the red corner.
There you see confirmation. Skye Nicholson, her undefeated run continues in the Absco Sheds Elite Boxing Championship, and she is into the final of the women's 56 kilogram division. She will await the winner of Troy, the Trojan Garton, and Lucy, the Rose Hand. But until she heads to the final, she has an interview to do. She'll make her way to the Absco Sheds So Tough, Too Easy interview shed, where she's talking to Richie Rolfe.